Welcome back, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. We are back bringing you another, hopefully helpful breakdown. What we're going to do, if you're new to the channel, we're going to go ahead and pick a winner, and I'll discuss what that means in a minute. Then we're going to go through the pitching that's currently available on the slate, and then some of the bats that we like on the slate as well. If you need a little bit more help than what we give you here, you can go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can sign up for FTA Plus for $10 right now. Anyone who signs up before the All-Star break of MLB, it'll be $10 a month. You'll be grandfathered in until September, and then the price will go to $25 for both baseball and football and sports betting. So you will be grandfathered in if you sign up now. But what we're going to do is anytime a video gets at least 50 likes and you leave a comment and you are a subscriber to the YouTube page, your name will be thrown into random.org, and we will randomize it 3 times, and on the third time you will be a winner. You'll receive a free week pass to MLB. Anytime a video gets 100 likes, same thing. Your name will be put in there, and the winner will receive a free month of MLB DFS. And if any video gets 125 likes or more, same thing happens, but you win a free season pass to MLB. So we're going to, everyone's name's in here from yesterday's video. We're going to run this, and then we're going to break it down. We're going to go figure out other ways to make you some money. Another way to do it, like the video, be a subscriber, tell me who's going to hit a home run and what inning they'll hit it in. And the distance traveled is a tiebreaker. And the winner for the free week is Matt Fukuda. Matt Fukuda. Probably messed that up. Congratulations, Matt. I know you'll see this. You comment on every video. So like this video. Hit me up on Twitter at advisors_team, or you can email us dfshelp1@gmail.com, and we will get you taken care of for that free week. And that's how easy it is, folks. All you got to do is like this video. If it gets at least 50 likes, you have a chance to win as well. So, looking at this, we have the full encompassing 15 games on the slate. I believe 11 of the games are the main slate, and then these 3 games are early for whatever reason. But, I mean, they're not too early. They're only about 30 minutes earlier than the normal start time. So, this is an instance where I don't mind doing an all-day slate, but you know, both sites, they don't offer. I don't think DraftKings has it, and Fanduel, they don't offer very many selections for all-day slate. So, with that being said, we'll still look at them. First game, the Royals at the Tigers. Just talk about. There's nothing I like about this game. Daniel Lynch, 61 plate appearances, 259 batting average, 19.7 K percentage. Lorenzen, 20 plate appearances, 222 batting average there. Honestly, there's just other things that I like about this game, or about this slate. I don't think I'll have any exposure to either of these pitchers. If you want to look at the bats, we can look at it real quick. I mean, Miggy, 2 for 13 with a home run. I don't trust him. Eric Haase, 4 for 10, a double and a home run. Baez, 4 for 10 with a double and a home run. Torkelson, 2 for 9. Kerry Carpenter, 2 for 4. Zach Short, 1 for 3. There's not much. There's just other better options that we can look at on this slate, and just way better pitching too. Lorenzen, on the other hand, Royals bats. No hits for MJ Melendez. Salvador Perez, 1 for 3 with a home run. Nick Pratto, 1 for 3. Nicky Lopez, 1 for 1 with a triple. Yeah, I just don't like this game. This is just one of those games where I'm probably avoiding. You could maybe find some value in this, but I'm just avoiding this one. If you're playing the early only, then yeah, sure, you can throw in some because they'll be lesser owned than other plays here. Next game, you got the Orioles at the Rays. You got Kyle Bradish versus Tyler Glasnow. Bradish, 32 plate appearances, only 12.5 K percentage, which, you know, you'd like that to be a little bit higher, obviously, but a 387 batting average against him. And they're playing, Tampa Bay's playing at home. I will have zero exposure to Bradish. If we look at the Rays bats that have had success, Harold Ramirez, 2 for 5, a double. Randy Arozarena, 3 for 5. 2 of those hits are home runs. Yandy Diaz, 4 for 6 with a double. Mejia, 2 for 4 with a double. Margot, 1 for 3 with a double there. Flip side of that, Glasnow, 22 plate appearances against the Orioles, 22.7 K percentage, a 211 batting average. Problem is, we took him against Oakland his last start, which was good, but he gave up 3 earned runs, 5.1 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, but he did give us 31 fantasy points. I like him. I like him again in this matchup, actually. So if I'm taking a pitcher here, I'm looking at Glasnow, and I'm looking at Tampa Bay bats. Next game, Braves at the Phillies. You got Spencer Strider versus Ranger Suarez. Now, Spencer Strider is the most expensive pitcher on the slate, and we used him last time, and he gave up 5 earned runs to the Tigers. Against the Phillies, 83 plate appearances, 120 batting average, nearly a 40% strikeout rate. So he's had 2 kind of clunkers against the Detroit Tigers and the New York Mets, giving up 13 earned runs in his last 2 starts, so his ERA has gone up. The Phillies, he faced the Phillies back on May 28th. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 49 fantasy points. I like him. I think people will be a little bit off of him because of how he has his past 2 starts, especially giving up 13 earned runs. Does have 14 strikeouts over to those 13 earned runs, though. But the Phillies are a really good hitting team, so if he's off again, stacking the Phillies could be one of those leverage plays, your contrarian lineups, because a lot of people will be on Strider, and he is very expensive. That being said, I will have some exposure to Spencer Strider, but his price is so high up there, I think we could find value other places than using him, but I will have him in some of the lineups. I won't have any Ranger Suarez in any of my lineups. 105 plate appearances, 15.2 K percentage, 244 batting average. Looking at these, Austin Riley, 5 for 13 with 2 doubles. Matt Olson, 4 for 12 with 2 doubles. Acuna, 4 for 11 with 2 doubles. Ozzie, 2 for 12 with a home run. Darno, 2 for 13 with a home run. Kevin Pillar, 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. So looking at this, probably will be stacking the Braves. This will be kind of like yesterday with Cincinnati, where I love the stack. It just depends on the lineup that comes out. This might be where I make multiple lineups with the Braves, different bats there. So a little bit of Strider, no Suarez, and I will be stacking the Braves. Blue Jays at the Marlins. So yesterday, Jose Barrios, of course, he shit the bed against the Marlins. I needed 1 more strikeout out of him for one of my prop bets. Of course, it was over 4.5, and I got 5, or he got 4. It's Kikuchi versus Yuri Perez. Now, Perez is supposed to be possibly on the chopping block to be sent down to preserve his arm, but the Marlins are playing really good right now. Kikuchi, 46 plate appearances, 275. I don't trust him. I would look at the Marlins bats. I'm looking at, just depending on who's out there, I'd probably be looking at De La Cruz, Jesus Sanchez, Garrett Cooper if he's in there, Luis Arraez. I think he went 4 for 5. He's batting over 400 again. Soler would be ones, and I do love me some Yuri Perez in this one. Cubs at the Pirates didn't want anything to do with Drew Smyly, and of course they won 8-0. Back to the well here. Marcus Stroman versus Johan Oviedo. I like Stroman here. 85 plate appearances against the Pirates, 256 batting average, 14.1 K percentage. I like that. He's been pitching really well this year. He should be able to continue that against the Pirates. On the other hand, Oviedo, 58 plate appearances, 365. I would rather stack the Cubs here. Probably going to go with Chris Morel, see if he's at the top or near the top. Ian Happ's 6 for 13 with 2 doubles and a triple. Nico Horner's 5 for 7. Barnhart's 2 for 6 with a home run. Chris Morel's 3 for 8 with a triple. Nick Madrigal 2 for 3. Dansby Swanson 1 for 3. So it'll really just depend on who's coming out here. Kind of like Morel, Bellinger, Dansby, Horner. Just depends on what lineup's out there. So it's kind of wait and see, but I will not have any exposure to Oviedo. I'll have exposure to Stroman and the Cubs bats. Cardinals at the Nats is next. You got Jordan Montgomery versus Mackenzie Gore. Montgomery, 43 plate appearances, a 122 batting average, 27.9 K percentage, versus Mackenzie Gore, 5 plate appearances, 500 batting average. In this one, I'd be looking at Montgomery, and I'd be looking at the Cardinals bats. I'd be specifically looking at Goldie, who hit a home run yesterday. I'd be looking at Tommy Edman if he's in there. I'd be looking at Arenado. probably looking at Carlson. It just really depends on who's out there. He's only seen him 5 plate appearances, so not much. Let's see what it's probably. Wilson Contreras 2 for 2. You could look at him. Oscar Mercado, if he's in there, he's a cheap option as well. So I'd be looking at Montgomery and a Cardinal stack against Mackenzie Gore. Next game, Mariners at the Yankees. George Kirby versus Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole needs to step it up. Yankees are in a skid right now. They're playing terribly. Just got swept by Boston. Kirby, 21 plate appearances, 143 batting average. I believe he faced them about a month ago. Let's see. No, May 31st. About 3 weeks ago. So 3 starts ago, Kirby actually went 8 innings, 7 strikeouts, 49 fantasy points. That was at home in Seattle, but the way the Yankees have been playing lately, I think you could make a case for both of these pitchers. I think Garrett Cole's more of your cash pitcher. I think George Kirby's more of your tournament, but I kind of like both of these guys. The Yankees are striking out a ton. That equals fantasy points. He had success against them 3 weeks ago. Cole, on the other hand, he can get some strikeouts too. Started off the season super strong. Cy Young candidate, leading candidate, kind of come back down to earth a little bit. 138 plate appearances, so he's seen a ton of the Mariners. 27.5 K percentage, 206 batting average. So I would look at Garrett Cole for cash. I'd look at Kirby for tournaments. Just depending on what lineups come out, then we could kind of decide. Really don't know what Yankees lineup's going to come out. I mean, Jake Bauers at home you could look at. Rizzo, Stanton, who hasn't looked really good. Donaldson's got like 5 hits on the year, and they're all home runs. Kind of crazy. Just depends. Yeah, it will really depend on what lineups are out there. I think Harrison Bader. So I was actually wrong. Harrison Bader was eligible to come off the IL Friday, but he decided he wanted some more time in the minors to get his timing right. And then I saw message boards saying he's soft and stuff when he's asking for more time to get his timing right, which is absolutely nuts. Being a Yankee fan is hard because most of the other fans are absolutely idiot. Just so stupid. I hate it. I hate it so much. And when they're playing bad like they are right now, it's unbearable. It's unbearable. So yeah, Garrett Cole for cash, Kirby for GPP. Rockies at the Reds, to be announced for Colorado. Ben Lively here. Probably won't have either exposure to pitching. I would look at the Reds as a stack again. It's unbelievable what they're doing. I think they've won 9 in a row. Let's see. It's beginning of the season. Like if the Yankees aren't going to do good this year, I want to see the Reds in the playoffs and the Marlins in the playoffs. Kind of like 2020, 2021, when they were expanded, but we saw some teams. Let's see. I mean, Miami's won 5 in a row, which is crazy. Cincinnati's won 9 in a row. They are tied for first in the division with the Cardinals being 8 out and 13 on. This was crazy. The Cardinals are 13 under 500, and they're only 8 out. Wild. Arizona. I mean, the Dodgers are in 3rd place. The Yankees are in 3rd place. The Astros are in 3rd place. What is going on in this world? But yeah, I'm looking at the Reds here. Joey Votto came off the IL yesterday. First game of the season for him in almost, 10 months. Home run. I am looking at another Red stack. It will really depend on the lineup that comes out, but I'm loving that. And it will depend on what opposing pitcher comes out for Colorado. But as of right now, there's no Colorado bats that jump out to me more than like Ryan McMahon, Elias Diaz, and I wouldn't take the pitcher in Great American Small Park anyway. Athletics at the Guardians, you got Luis Medina versus Aaron Savale. Medina has never faced him before. I'll have some exposure to him just because of that fact, but not a ton. And then Savale, I'm not going to fall for this again. Against Oakland, you would think it'd be okay, but it's not. They seem to be hitting lately. When we've taken someone against them, they've hit, which kind of is upsetting. Looking at Savale here, against San Diego, only went 3.2 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 26 fantasy points. Against Boston, 5.2 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 26 fantasy points. He hasn't gotten a ton of fantasy points. His best outing was his first one on April 1st for 40 fantasy points. Then I believe he got sent down or he was hurt for about 2 months. I don't trust him, even against the Oakland Athletics. They've been hitting a little bit, so Might be looking at a sneaky, very contrarian Oakland stack, depending on the lineup that comes out there. But I won't have anything to do with this. A little bit of Medina, and then I'm not opposed to an Oakland stack to get a little bit crazy on this slate. Red Sox at the Twins is next. Cutter Crawford versus Bailey Ober. Crawford, 12 plate appearances, 125. I'm thinking he's only an opener, right? I mean, he went 4 innings against Colorado, 15 fantasy points. Yeah, I mean, 15 fantasy points, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 12 fantasy points, 15 fantasy points, -1. Yeah, I wouldn't use him. Hasn't had a decent start or decent outing since April 17th, where he went 6.1 innings against the Angels, 5 strikeouts, 34 fantasy points. I wouldn't look at Crawford here. And then Bailey Ober, 22 plate appearances, 211. I'll have exposure to him. I think more of a tournament option, but Bailey Ober, I will be looking just a little bit from him to see what he's got. We used him in his last start, which would have been 5 days ago, against Milwaukee. 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, got the W, 43 fantasy points out of him. So I would look at Bailey Ober. Cash or tournaments, I don't care, specifically SP2 on DraftKings. Won't be going with Cutter Crawford here. No bats really jump out to me at the moment. We'll kind of wait and see the lineups for the Twins, but probably just taking pitching in this one. If I'm taking pitching in this one, it would be Ober. The Mets at the Astros, so Verlander facing his old team after Scherzer was able to hold them down on Monday night. Verlander coming in a 2-3 record, 4.4 ERA, and only 39 strikeouts, which is kind of iffy. Had a good outing against the Yankees, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 37 fantasy points. He hasn't faced this old team of his yet. If he pitches like Scherzer pitched yesterday, I don't mind him. The problem is we don't know if he's going to. And then Framber Valdez, 55 plate appearance. And I mean, if you look at this, Verlander's numbers against Houston, 337 batting average and 90 plate appearance. So let's see who's had success. Abreu, 19 for 49 with 3 doubles and 6 home runs, but 10 strikeouts. He could be a cheaper option, but he's batting 388. Jose Altuve, 9 for 16 with a double, batting 563. That's why it's so high up there. It's those 2 batters. Bregman's 0 for 10, Maldonado's 0 for 8. So those 2 batters I don't mind if I'm not going with Verlander. And then Valdez, on the other hand, 55 plate appearances against the Mets, 20K percentage, 229 batting average. I think Verlander might be GPP just because it's crazy to think about, but I think he's more GPP. And I think Framber Valdez is more cash option. Rangers at the White Sox is next. You got Eovaldi versus Dylan Cease. Eovaldi's the second highest priced pitcher on the slate. I want to say he just faced him, but he didn't. Eovaldi coming off a great outing against the Angels. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. Did give up 3 earned runs, but got 43 fantasy points there. 54 plate appearances against the White Sox. 14.8 K percentage. 326 batting average is a little bit, but let's see. It could be skewed by a couple of batters. Grandal's 2 for 9. Anderson 5 for 9, but he's looked bad. A double. Clint Frazier 4 for 7 with 2 doubles and a trip and a home run, so he's a very cheap option. Luis Robert Jr. 2 for 5 with a double and a home run. Last I checked, he had a home run on Monday night. Jake Berger 1 for 2. Joe Kelly 1 for 2. So if you're not taking like a Luis Robert, Clint Frazier, or Tim Anderson, I would look at Eovaldi here against the White Sox. Dylan Cease, on the other hand, 51 plate appearances, 29.4 K percentage, a 116 batting average. I wanted to hate this because the text is so good, but I kind of don't mind Dylan Cease for tournaments. But the way Texas has been hitting, we're looking at, Corey Seager. We're looking at Adolis Garcia, Jonah Heim, Josh Jung that jump out to me on that side. So Eovaldi for cash, Dylan Cease for tournaments for me. Diamondbacks at the Brewers, you got Ryan Nelson versus Colin Ray. I don't want anything to do with these pitching options. I would look at the bats. I would look at Arizona. They're the only team in the majors that have not been shut out on the year. They put up, I think, 8 or more runs on Monday against the Milwaukee Brewers, looking kind of for the same. So I'm looking for Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., a cheap option that could pop out there could be, could be Longoria if he's in there, Josh Rojas as well. So not looking at Ray, not looking at Nelson, would look at the Arizona bats. Next game, Padres at the Giants. You got Seth Lugo versus Anthony Desclafani. Lugo, 32 plate appearances, 233 batting average, 25K percentage. And then Desclafani, 115 plate appearances, 257 batting average. I don't trust Desclafani. I might have a little bit of exposure to Seth Lugo, but I'd be looking at the probably San Diego bats. Just like yesterday, Juan Soto, wouldn't be surprised if he hits it in the first. Matt Carpenter, 13 for 29, 2 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs, batting .448 and only 7 strikeouts. I like that. Machado, 4 for 18 with a double and a home run. Tatis, 1 for 14. That one hit was a home run. So, yeah, Soto, 2 for 9 with a home run. So, I honestly go cheap. This might be one of those where you build multiple. Looking at, say you want to build a Soto, Tatis, Machado stack, then throw in Matt Carpenter in there. Or if you want to do the Soto, Tatis, Machado, and throw in Cronenworth or Trent Grisham. A lot of ways you could go with this one. So I don't mind that. I won't have exposure to Desclafani. I'll have a little bit of exposure to Lugo, but not much. And then I would be looking at the bats for San Diego. And then the final game on the slate, you got Dodgers at the Angels. Clayton Kershaw versus Reed Detmers. Kershaw, 110 plate appearances, a 120 batting average, 31.8K percentage. Love him. That's why he's the picture of this video you're watching now. And then Detmers, and he's the late night hammer. So if all your bats do good and you're trying to sweat it out, should be good with him. It's a late night hammer. And then Detmers, 17 plate appearances, 214 batting average. I'm not taking a pitcher against this offense. Just depending on who's out there on the offense for him. JD Martinez, I like Mookie Betts, Outman. It really depends on the lineup that the Dodgers throw out there. Chris Taylor, give me all the righties against Detmers for the Dodgers. So my thought is 100% all in on Clayton Kershaw, not Detmers, and the Dodgers bats there. So there you have it, guys. Quick, easy, hopefully informative. If there's other things you'd like to see in these videos, let me know. If you haven't already gone to the website, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can sign up to FTA Plus, or we have a bunch of content over there as well. We have daily BVP matchups for you. We got stolen base targets. We've got stadium rankings. We've got Vegas odds, cheat sheet, home run calls on the cheat sheet, and optimal lineups that you can mix and match with. Our suggestion, take the optimal lineups we have and mix and match. Don't just copy and paste them. If you want just regular lineup sellers, you can find them on Twitter. They'll sell you a lineup. Then if they lose, they'll cut off contact. I've seen it before. We try to be as informative as we possibly can. And hopefully I was right here for you. So that's what I've got in this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, get those down below. Congratulations to our winner for the free week of MLB DFS. And we will be back, hopefully, if this video gets at least 50 likes, which I know we can get that, but I'd really love if we get to 125 likes so I can give an MLB season pass away to one of you lucky guys or gals. So, that being said, that's all I've got. Good luck on this slate. Let's bring home some bacon. Peace!